in, I got out. Giving all glory to God, hold up. This ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investor to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to another episode of Trappin' Tuesdays, man. Okay. Before we get into it, first of all, we're gonna tell y'all thank y'all, just for tapping in each and every week, man. Without y'all, there is no Trappin' Tuesday. Without y'all, there is no Wall Street Trapper. Without y'all, the Freedom Center has no purpose. So, man, again, man, we just want to tell y'all thank y'all for tuning in each and every week, making us a part of y'all night. You know what I'm saying? Because without y'all, we would be none. So we just want to shout y'all out again. All right, man. So, look, the markets are red. We've been here before, right? So the S&P down. Yep, here's what I've learned that's so phenomenal about this whole thing. It comes in the same form, but it's just, let me say that again. We've seen the red before, it just comes in a different form with different reasonings attached to it, right? So, yep. Government shutdown in full effect. Yeah, it's in full play. Yeah. We feel for those people that got to go through that. All right, yep. Got a president that's saying, we not putting the SNAP benefits on and we going into the holidays. Yep. I get it. It's tough, right? We got stocks falling and we got people losing jobs. The economy is shifting. AI is taking jobs. Man, but God just got a playbook. Got a playbook, man. And I think a lot of times what we do is, instead of leaning on our faith, we often feed our fear, man. Yeah. Instead of leaning on our faith, we often feed our fear, right? And there's a saying in the word, like, if you're not good during adversity, it shows the fragileness of your faith. A lot of times, man, we really don't really be having faith. We just be like puffed up with ego and puffed up with greed to where just when the markets are green or just when things are going right, that's the only time we feel good. But I promise you, for people like myself, it's the adversity that let me know. Watch this. It's the higher lows that let me know I'm on purpose. Right? It's the internal structure that let me know that I'm on purpose. So as I build this out, as I get to where I want to go at in this message, what I do want to tell us is, if you are faithful during the dip, you will have momentum. Let me say that again, Jose. If you are faithful during the dip, you will have dominion. There we go. If you're faithful during the dip, you can have dominion, because the wilderness is where wealth is truly built. The wilderness tell you if you really built for the promise, right? Like, we got people that been through this situation over and over again, and yet they still panicking. It's like you've been walking in the wilderness for 40 years and you ain't realized, this part of the plan. God ain't trying to fix you, he's trying to fix your heart. If you're gonna keep panicking in the wilderness, I can't never position you for the promise. I'm gonna just keep it real. Yeah. Yep, like I ain't even much come to really like fuss, and I ain't really come to like, I really ain't even come to motivate or inspire you. I just really come to have a talk to you, because if you really serious about building wealth, this ain't the first time you're gonna go through this. This ain't the last time you're gonna go through this. You're gonna consistently have to navigate this. And so this game is not, ooh, this is about to be so good, man. This game ain't even about portfolios, yo. It's just about posture. This game ain't even about your portfolio, family. It's about your posture. Yep. It's about your programming. It's about your processes. It's about your procedures. Can you handle the pressure? That's what this is about. It's not even about your portfolio, fam. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep 100% real with you. Like, your portfolio is a byproduct of your posture. And the reason why I say that is because your portfolio can only perform if you can press through. Your portfolio can only perform if you can press through, but because you keep panicking, you keep feeling the pain. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. I done looked at my account some days, it's down 200 grand a day. You know what I was like? Yeah, let's keep going. Yep, got a couple plays down 100 grand, took some props, got another play down about 180 grand. I said, yeah, let's keep playing the game. You just keep playing the game, right? The biggest issue is we love the upside to the game, but we never love, watch this, the cost of the game, right? And I just think about the Israelites, right? They wanted to be free, but they didn't want to walk in the desert. They wanted to leave Egypt, but they wanted to go from Egypt to the promised land. They didn't know there was a gap in the middle. And that gap had to fix their heart. It had to fix their mind, saying, God did something for them in the wilderness. Guess what he did? He gave them enough manna, not overflow, but enough for the day. Not enough for tomorrow, enough for the day. And here's why he only gave them enough for the day. Because if I give you enough for tomorrow, watch this, you won't be satisfied with what you got for today. Man, I don't got nothing to do with me, Trump. Yes, it do. You kill it on one trade, and then you start just planning your next trades, but you never measure the downside risk. You always thinking you think so far ahead, you disregard the downside. And so what happens is when you disregard the downside, you have incomplete planning. Yeah. Yep. All you see is the upside. And never in your mind, you don't never think that, oh, the market gonna correct itself. You don't think that. You see the play so well, you start over leveraging, right? You got 90% of your portfolio in 2 plays. Yeah. Yeah. That's why you can't sleep at night. Yeah. Somebody tell you take profit, you say, I'm a hold the line. Okay, man. Right, this game, I promise you, watch this. This game is so fragile, the greedy get slaughtered and the fearful get slaughtered all at the same time. You gotta find a way to navigate through it. There's a point in the game where you gotta be, watch it, you gotta have realistic expectations. You gotta go in the game so locked in. You gotta go in the game so precise, and you can only do that when you measure the up and the down, the good and the bad. That's God's playbook. It ain't one-sided. And our biggest fear, our biggest issue, our biggest downfall, our biggest handicap is we one-sided. For the minute somebody do something in the market, you blame everybody else instead of saying it's the cost of the game. It's everybody else's fault. You have the perfect entry. The trade went sideways. Guess what? It's the cost of the game. You missed out on a play. Guess what? It's the cost of the game. Trap, every time I get into the play, the market go red. It's the cost of the game. Can you endure long enough to see the other side? Yeah. When you say you're the architect of your family's last name, when you say you want to turn your last name into an asset, there's a price that comes with that. Yeah. There's a price that comes with that. and that price never goes on sale. That price never goes on sale. And so you get in this market and you all happy about everything. I want you to know there's a moment that the market gonna punch you in the face. There's a moment when the market says you don't really want it as bad as you say you want it. You just like flirting with the idea of saying you doing it. Yeah. And those are the ones that get ate for lunch. This game will cause endurance. This game will either make you endure or it will end you. So watch this. And again, I'm not even here to, I'm not here to preach and motivate. I'm here to say that Joseph needed to be put in a well so that the next phase of his life, he can sit on the crown. He sit on the throne. So that he can be the second in command. So that he can have the wealth of Egypt in his hand, but he couldn't have the wealth without the well. Ooh, got him. They missed it. They missed it. He couldn't have the wealth without the well. Yep. So you want the wealth, but you don't want the well. All right? And because the well can be lonely. He was in the well by himself. It's damp, it's muggy, it's stank. The dope part about the well, his own people put him in there. It's impossible. Or you could just be like Esau, you could just sell your portion of wealth. Because they always got somebody willing to take your oatmeal. They always got somebody willing to take your inheritance from you because you're too lazy to endure. Because you want the gratitude of right now. You're not willing to do the delayed. There's always got somebody willing to say, I'll give you mine if you give me. There's always somebody on the other side of that trade willing to take that from you. There's always somebody on the other side of that position that's willing to take that from you. There's always somebody willing to swap you out for the better position themselves. And because you're not willing to endure, you give it up too easy. Somebody say, Trap, I need you to preach to me tonight. I say, I'll be damned. I will not. Trap, man, I need you to motivate me tonight. I will not. I will not. I will not. Because let me say this. Wow, I love getting up here doing this. Man, I want you to do this without me. I don't want you to need me. I want you to build that fortitude up every day that say, yo, I am a certified Wall Street trapper. Man, you know how heavy that is? That means you the trailblazer. That means you the pioneer. That means you the financial revolutionary. That means you the one that's gonna elevate your family. That means you the one that's gonna set the tone. That means that you the one that's gonna be on the frame. They're gonna say, he's the reason, she's the reason that we live the way that we live now. You're the reason we are the 1%. You're the reason why we have trust fund babies. You're the reason why we have businesses. And you're the reason we have real estate. And you're the reason we got portfolios. And they don't got nothing to do with me. Can you endure? Can you endure? God's playbook, man. It's written for you already. But can you possess the land? Now, when he said possess the land, that means it's already yours. You just got to activate what's inside you to go get it. Possess the land, meaning I've already given it to you. Possess the land, meaning you already actually have ownership of it. You just have to actively go take it. Here's what I know for a fact before I go sit down. The people who hands is in right now, they ain't giving up without a fight. The people who got hold of it right now, they're gonna shake you out every time they get a chance. Because when you've been a part of that 1%, you don't know nothing else. You don't want to be nothing else. It says lonely at the top. I said it ain't. But it's prestigious at the top. And we all fighting to get there. But man, they ain't giving up them seats easy. They ain't giving up, let me change that. They ain't giving up them sweets easy. They gonna make it hard for you. They want you to be discouraged. Man, they've been saying, I've been in the market for probably about 11 years now. This ain't something I ain't heard before. This ain't something I ain't been through before. This ain't something I ain't experienced before. But guess what wound up happening when I think about the bigger picture? Some kind of way I always end up winning. Some kind of way I always end up being green. But you know what a power coming at? Being able to look at that bloody red portfolio, I'm gonna show you tonight and say, all right, we can get up tomorrow and do the same thing all over again. All right, let me get out of these big positions right now. Let me get some cash so I can reposition myself so I can take advantage of this dip. So I can take advantage of Palantir under 200. So I can take advantage of NVIDIA under 200. So I can take advantage of Facebook under 700. So I can take advantage of the big 7 stocks that's running the world and they going on sale. Okay, that's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. So I don't care who's saying there's an AI bubble. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because at the end of that, here's what I do know. Even if it is a bubble, here's what I do know. The wealthy build the most wealth when a bubble pop. That's what I do know. The wealthy build the most wealth when the bubble pop. So even if it is a bubble, guess what? I'm gonna make money while the bubble blowing up, and I'm gonna make money when the bubble pop. It's okay. It's okay. So you gotta stop letting people pump fear in you. Oh man, the dollar crashing. So what? Let it crash. Oh man, we gotta buy Bitcoin. So buy some Bitcoin. Oh man, the gold, buy some gold. Assets only. God's playbook. For it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. That's the playbook. That's the playbook. I know you were waiting, but you keep saying, for it is he, your God, who gives you the ability to produce wealth. End the story. So I don't care. So what? All right, bet. We might lose a couple dollars in the options right now. Well, we'll make them back on the loan. We'll make them back after this month. Or we'll make them back. We keep playing the game. It's part of the game. I don't know nobody that got a 100 batting average. The dollar amount changes as you grow your account. So what? Play the game. It is what it is. The $10,000, the $100 you might lose right here, maybe $10,000 to somebody else. The $10,000 you might lose right here, it's $100,000 to somebody else. The $100,000 you lose right here, man, it's $1 million to somebody else. The $1 million you lose right here, it's $10 million to somebody else. There's levels to the game. So what? Keep playing so you can keep advancing levels, yo. You keep playing the game. It is what it is. Stocks and scriptures, man. Stop playing the game. Tap in. Lock all the way in. Understand that you got to go through this. We stood on this stage, man. We had 6-figure earners and 7-figure earners. You know what they endured to get to that? You know what they endured to get to that? You keep thinking it's going to be given to you. Oh, I know what it is. It just hit me. It just hit me. Most people just want to blame somebody else for why they're not wealthy. Yeah, it just dawned on me, it's just now. Most people just want to blame somebody else for why they're not wealthy. And I think for me, myself, me personally, bro, like, I took the responsibility of saying, I am. See, when you say that I am, bro, that means you take full ownership. And let me tell you one more thing. You take full authority. Man, you got to take authority of where you going. So ask yourself, do you really want this? Like, do you really want it? You just like the idea of it? That's two different things. Because if you really want it, you know it's gonna take everything you got. If you really want it, you know you gotta take some along the way. If you really want it, you know there's some cuts, some bruises. If you really want it. The market fall 5%, so what? The market fall 10%, so what? If you go in a full-fledged recession, so what? So what? We keep some money on the side just for opportunities like that. So what? Because here's what I know, family. There's a whole bunch of rich people in this world of America that's gonna fight their ass off not to make that happen. They're gonna fight tooth and nail. There will be signs. And we just gotta pay attention to them, y'all. We gotta get out of our bubble and we gotta learn the game. So when I tell you, yep, you gotta learn a little economics, you do. When I tell you, go read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, go read it. When I tell you, go look at the men who built America, go look at it. When I tell you, go buy some gold, go buy it. When you say, go buy some crypto, go buy it. Put yourself in position, man. Because as the world turns, as the world shifts, and as the world evolves to the next phase, and it's gonna be rough. They're gonna have rough patches. And only the strong gonna survive. Because that's part of God's playbook. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man, episode 167, Jose. 167? Man, let's go, man. Where my button? There we go. I was missing my button, dog. I was missing my button, dog.
Hey.
How we feeling, dog?
Whoop-dee-doo.
Come on, bro. That's how we feeling, dog.
Hey, man. It's
What's
been
up,
a
dog?
beautiful weekend. It's been a beautiful weekend.
Man, I still ain't got no rest, dog.
Yeah, same. I was actually sleeping in the car out front.
Bro, I got in the sauna today and was knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Almost killed myself. Stupid ass.
Oh, wait, in the sauna.
In the sauna. Gone. Woke up, sweat all in my ear. About to kill myself.
That ain't wake you up?
She said I was looking too peaceful.
Hey, I went through that. I promise you. I was telling the people at the reunion. That boy fell asleep at the house. I ain't know how to wake you up.
She said, man. She said, babe, you looking peaceful, yeah. I was tired, man.
But how you feeling though?
I'm good, man. Gave our people a lot of energy, man, this weekend. You know, we just go all in, man. We don't know how to, we don't know how to have tail it, dog. We just know how to go all in all the time. And so, because of that, I'm willing to play the game how it's supposed to be played, dog.
Yeah, shout out to all the community. Shout out to the trappers. Shout out to everybody who came through this weekend. Shout out to those who couldn't make it and was online in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a beautiful thing. The family reunion was a beautiful thing.
Man, listen. Man, you know what, dog? Let me shout my people right quick, man. Laura, what's good? Pascal, what's good? Thavion, what's good? Drift, what's good, man? Drift, what's poppin', my dog? Drift say, man, Trap don't ever shout me out. He shout the same people out. I just be seeing it on the chat, you hear me?
You gotta catch it.
So shout out to Drift, man. Shout out to T-Mac. Shout out to Carolina Blue. Shout out to Ram. Shout out to KT Tactical. Shout out AJ. Shout out Gutter. Chop Fellas. Shout out Devin. Shout out the Kingdom of Heaven. Shout out Tori. Shout out Cheesy Bread. Shout out Doug Perry. Shout out Double R. Shout out Tamara. Shout out Doug. Shout out Elijah Bennett. Shout out Ram. Shout out ATL Yo-Yo. Shout out, it's going too fast now. Leon Barnes, Larry McCullers, Rudy, Ace, Shelly. Shout out Phoenix. Shout out Maya Love. Drift, I'm shouting you out again.
Oh, we got a 2-for-1 special.
Got a 2-for-1 special, you heard me? SB was good. Drift said, I'm on the list.
Shout out to 3,000 people in the chat.
Ab was good. Say Ab name right today. How many people?
3,000.
Oh, 3,000. Oh, we hit 3,000 early? Oh, they scared.
Hey, that's what happens.
When the market red, we get the most views.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see what Trap talking about.
I need chat to talk about it.
Come on, Moses.
Oh, man. Let's see. Shazam X was good. Sun was good. Kiara was good. Dre was good. Belina was good. Bud T was good. Tori Walker was good. Alex was good. Maya Love was good. It's going too fast. Now, Carolina Blue, who?
I said, you trying.
I'm trying, but they don't realize how fast that thing be going, you hear me? All right, man, let's get to it. Jose, can we just play the thing before we get into the man track?
Yeah,
Play
of
it.
course.
Let's play the reunion clip before we get into it tonight.
From Arizona,
Columbia, South Carolina,
Chicago, Illinois,
from Pittsburgh.
I'm excited about being at home with the culture, with Trap. We in the house.
Man, I'm from Gainesville, Florida. I've been rocking with Trap since White for Wealth in 2022.
Just the knowledge that we're going to receive and the kingdom friendships and connections that are going to happen today.
Freedom needs a place where proof is proclaimed. I want y'all to look at this and not say, look what Trap did. I want you to look at this and say, it's possible.
I pray that that seed that I gave you guys is enough to at least light a fire on the inside of you to get started now. Now is just as important as tomorrow.
I was homeless. I slept in my car. Every free time outside of work, I was studying the Trap's Option Masterclass course. 2 years now, job free. Start trapping, get your freedom.
Life is not merely a quest for money, even though that's important. Life is not just merely a quest of prestige. Life is a quest for meaning.
I am changing my family's last name into an asset.
Let's go.
That was big, dog. That was big.
Let's go.
That was big, man. That was big. Jay Nola said, Trap don't be reading the chat, he just be calling our names. He don't know how hard I be over here stressing my eyes trying to catch the
We had to
name,
bring the
man.
thing up on the desk.
I had to bring it on the desk. That's a fact, man. So, man, I think that was, here's the crazy part. I can't wait to see what the family reunion next year gonna be like. And the reason why I say is because, bro, let me tell you something. Them people was out till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
They was outside, bro. They was with each other. They was having a good time. They was out eating. They was chilling. I was like, bruh, go inside.
Go in the house.
Go in the house. But they was just having a good time, bro. You know what's crazy, bro? It just felt like family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just imagine somebody. Just imagine. I know they ain't, you know what? They crazy as me because they sat in here from 10:30 in the morning to at least 8:30.
Yep.
And
we partied, though.
We was rocking.
Partied. We danced.
Dancing.
You know what I'm saying?
We got a proposal. Let's shout out Jose. Y'all, Jose getting married. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. Let's get married.
We definitely ain't getting no younger. Hey, we're actually on that, yo. Shout out to my lady. You know what I'm saying? I definitely did that as far as with the people. You know what I'm saying? It was really dope. Dude, are dudes supposed to get engagement gifts?
Nah.
I'm just saying, like, can we get an engagement watch?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? An engagement necklace?
Nah.
They get the ring.
That's it. It's all about them, dog.
Shout out to my lady. Actually, she gave me an engagement laptop last night.
That's it. That's the best
you know
you
what I'm
get.
saying? I got the new joint.
The back.
She gave me an engagement laptop.
Come on.
You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying?
Step it up. Jose, shout out to Asher, give my dog a laptop.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the one he had was trash.
Hey, bro, that thing was on his last leg.
Trash. Trash.
On his last leg.
So we had that. We
saw Tori. And she in the chat.
We saw Tori.
And
Tori back in the building.
Shout out to Tori.
Shout out to Tori, man. So it was really just a good
somebody said, "Can I get an engagement hat?"
I just think it was a good vibe. I think, that was and I told them they blessed the Freedom Center.
True.
They was the ones to come turn it up. So just excited about that, man. We got a dope show tonight, man. We're going to be talking about, of course, the shutdown. We're going to talk about the Fed pumping $29 billion into the market on the low. Talk about Costco dropping these 25-year food pallets. We're going to break through really what the bonds are so people can get an idea about that. We got some interesting stats for people to see that I think is interesting for them to see about the market in its current state and what are the conditions that we've been here before and what happens when we're in this position. So I think those are some interesting things to talk about. But before we get into that, man, let's just get into our mantra, man. You know how that goes.
Let's get it.
Let's get into our mantra so everybody can see it, So shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody in the trap. Y'all got to see the Freedom Center. Y'all got to see the... Hey, I just want to ask the people a question who came. How did they like the screens?
Yeah, they need to know, how did they like
I want to know,
screens?
how did y'all like the... Somebody said, hey, bro, you got SoFi Stadium up in here, dog. I ain't gonna lie, that made me feel good. So for the people in the chat right quick, just let me know, if you came, how did you like the screens? Did the screens live up to the hype? I just want to know that. Did the screens live up to the hype? That's all I want to know, right? Because somebody said it was the bathrooms for me, Trap Dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that was a lot of work putting in those joints. Most people don't look. Here's the thing about it, bro. We've been here for a year, right?
The screen goes stupid. Ashley, a ring. Thanks, babe. Love. Hey, Ash. Hey, we ain't getting no younger. Come on.
Hey, look. Most people don't know, though. We did that in, 2 weeks?
Huh?
Everything that they saw was like in the
No,
last
that's what I was telling them on the stage. I was like, that's how compound interest work. So the way compound interest work is, it's slow, boom. Right? So everything that they saw in here happened in 2 weeks. Literally. Right? The lights, the screens, the stage.
The stage. The paint on the stage.
The paint on the stage, the wall, all the screens, the sound, the bathrooms, the retail store.
Oh, the retail store. Morning of.
The pamphlets just came the day before.
Hey, look, but we got to make sure we get...
The pamphlets came in Friday.
Bruh.
Everybody staying 16 hours. George staying till 5, 4 in the morning. I'm here till 2. That's how compound interest work. Right? So somebody say, yeah, Trap. They say the store blew my mind. The store didn't get finished till that morning. The store got finished at 7 o'clock.
We were blowing on the walls because of the paint.
You're on the wall like that. We're on the wall like, look. Blowing.
Fanning it. We was about to put a wet paint sign up.
We're on the wall with a towel.
Oh, man.
You feel me? But that's the commitment. Somebody said, and the cute mics. Just got the mics in early that week.
Right.
Just got the mics in like Tuesday.
Bruh. All for the trappers. Y'all understand.
But listen, and watch this, bruh. While we had a work retreat 2 days leading up to it, We was in there from morning to evening while this happening.
No breaks.
No breaks.
Eating while we learning.
We had a eating lunch. Joyce, a working lunch. Joyce said, that don't, They gonna have a working lunch. Nah.
He said, that's what a break.
He said, I want a break.
My paperwork said I get a lunch.
Working lunch. But I just want to know that that's, you know, the TV's on that thing, you know what I'm saying? The back, getting the, bro, I ain't been in that back office ever. I ain't been there since probably 7 months. I think when we first opened here, that was my first,
Right.
I was like, oh, it look like this up here? Dang, I forgot it looked like up in here. So I just want everybody to know before we get into the show, man, we committed to building something here that will impact people for generations. You know, like we love Ash. And I told Ash, this is my building. I ain't under no time restraint. I ain't renting this from nobody. But I still respected her time. You know what I'm saying? Respected the time that we had laid out.
Yeah.
Even with taking the pictures and talk, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna talk to everybody right there because I'm not under no pressure.
Right.
I'm gonna sit there and take a picture of everybody. I'm gonna rock out with everybody. I'm gonna hold a little conversation with everybody and say, everybody get out. And then still talk to us about what we gotta do better. Yep. What can we do to improve? So I just want y'all to know, man, if you came, man, we really poured in. Somebody said something to me on the stage. They was like, say, bro, you really like that in real life, dog. I was like, what I'm supposed to be like? They were like, nah, bro, like, you really, like, got that energy. You really, I'm like, bro, like, that's who I am, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just shout out to y'all, man. We'll get to the show tonight, but we got the Trap Wall of Fame gonna build out. That's gonna be hard. Our 6- and 7-figure traders gonna be on the wall. 5-figure traders. I think we're gonna do 6 and 7.
6 and 7?
Yeah, because we're gonna get 5 something. We're gonna get 5 something to work toward. Now, the ones that came this year, we're gonna put them on the wall because they're the first class. We're gonna put 6 and 7 on the wall. 5, you're gonna get the pride, but you gotta work your way to the wall. The wall is for 6 and 7.
Let's go.
5, you're gonna get acknowledged, we're gonna give you something. You gotta work your way up to the wall. Now, this year's 5 will get on the wall because this the first ever
inaugural
family reunion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, let's get to it, man. We got a show to talk about, man. Let's go. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I am a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man, we got a great show tonight, man. So, you know, we got to start off with a couple of things. We got to start off with that chart with Trap. Y'all know that. So we got to start off with that. Let me pop that up. So how you feeling, Jose?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm just, making sure we getting better and better every week. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the show and everything we doing on the back end, brother.
Oh, that's good.
It's my biggest thing. We got to win.
All right. So let's get into this, man. We got a lot to talk about today. But what I want to do is I want to start off, Jose, with our charts, man. I think it's important that, man, I love seeing a chart. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something, too. I cannot wait, right? I cannot wait. So we doing for the people that don't know, we are doing a 2-day. We ain't, you had to be here to get the discount. We doing a 2-day. So for the people that don't know, we are doing a 2-day event, December 12th and 13th. If you came to the event, you got access to it early. Jose, do we have a link for it?
I'm going to get it.
We'll get the link. We'll drop the link for those who won't come because we're going to bring it to the market real soon, probably by the end of this week. We're going to do a 2-day trading workshop, man, Friday and Saturday. Make your first trade is the name of the workshop. We're going to go through market structure. We're going to go through liquidity. We're going to go through price action. We're going to go through setting up your trade view account. We're going to go through grading your trade. We're going to go through, you're going to have a big we'll have a workbook. Yeah, we're going to get real busy. We're going to get real busy in this 2-day workshop. I think it's time, especially right now with everything that's going on. I think it's going to be important for people to lock in with what we doing. So, yep.
For those who want to know, it's putting in the chat right now as we speak. It is wallstreetlooksLikeUs.com.
There you go.
.com. Wallstreet looks like us.
Yep, wallstreetlooksLikeUs.com. So if you want to join December 12th and 13th, click the link. Live in the house, in the Freedom Center. It's going to be amazing. The outcome is to make you a better trader. We getting, we're going to get 50, we're going to get 50 to 60 indicators off your screen. Right? We're going to teach you we're going to teach you supply and demand. We're going to teach you market structure. We're going to teach you how to find support and resistance. We're going to teach you how to enter trades, exit trades. We're going to teach you how to do what's called pathing, meaning if this happened, here's what happens. If this happened, here's what happened. Hands-on with you, right? So you're not guessing. All right, so you're not guessing. So anyway, with that being said, man, let's get on these doggone charts. Wait, where my thing went at? How did Bitcoin come up? Let's get that off. Let's get that off there.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get that off there. All right, so here we go, man. Let's get on this daily chart right quick. I'm going to have to do a couple things so I can make sure I switch some things up. All right, so first and foremost, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our weekly, right? So we got to go to this weekly first. And then the next thing we're going to do is we got to put our, we're going to use this. Y'all know the 20 is my baby. So we're going to put that 20 SMA up there. Now, I'm going to do something today that I don't normally do, but I'm going to use it for this week. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our, let me clean this up. So this is a previous week high / all-time high. And then we're going to switch that color to, well, that ain't come out. Hold up. Previous week high / all-time high. There we go. There we go. All right, so that's going to be important. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do it right here. We're going to go, same rules apply. All right, we're going to go previous week low. Now, y'all know the reason why we do that. I think I'm going to change the color of that. Because it's on this black screen, we're going to go bright colors. There we go. So the reason why we do that is so we can understand what type. Oh, I'm sorry. I got it on this week. I'm sorry. All right. So we got our previous week high. Say trap, you mean a spy, right? Nope, I mean QQQ. I'm exactly where I need to be at. I'm on the Qs. Why? Because technology is getting hit the hardest. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our daily. Right, now I'm gonna do something today that's kind of different because I'm gonna go with this candle today so you can be looking at what to expect tomorrow. And I think that's a better way for me to start doing that with y'all. So we're gonna go previous, so we're gonna change that to, let's go orange. Yep, and then we're gonna go previous day high. And then we're gonna mark this one. Then we're gonna go previous day low. So that's based on a day. So this is today's setup, right? So what we just did right now, we marked in previous week's high, previous week's low. Now I want you to see something off the gate, out the rip. The first thing we see is if we're looking at the previous, if we're looking at previous day means today. So think about this because today's over. You can take a snapshot of this and look at it for in the morning. That's why I'm using it like that. Out the gate, here's what we realized. We realized three things off the rip. One, I want you to look at something. We are still in a macro uptrend, right? We are still in a macro uptrend, which means we are, think about it as a house. This macro means this is the external part, right? So externally, we are still in the uptrend, but internally, we have short-term, which is micro. We have short-term bearish, watch this, watch what I'm about to say here, retracement. Key word I'm saying here, right? It's not so, in the words that you use, watch this. It's going to be important that you use the right words and the right language because that's important for you to understand what's going on. So it's not, right? So you can say, oh, man, it's a sell-off, man. It's a pullback, right? Well, it's a retracement because why is it a retracement? Because we came off an all-time high, which was right at 637, 638. That was all-time high. And then we saw that the buyers had 3 attempts after last Wednesday. Those are those 3 red candles. We had 3 attempts to try to break that, regain all-time high. We didn't get it, and then we gapped down. Now, I'm going to get into something else that's going to be real interesting that I want you to see. I'm going to pull out this, and I want to show you something. Let me see something. Where's the inside of my, there we go. There we go. All right, so what happened was, I want to talk to you about this right quick. That's going to be important. Sellers today pushed us down past previous week's low, which was last week's low. So sellers pushed us past last week's low, which means they controlled internal structure. Listen to what I just said. Sellers, what trap? What the hell you mean by that? So what happens is when we mark at our previous day high, previous week high, previous day low, previous day high, that sets up an internal structure, not external, internal. That internal structure gives us a range in which we know we want to play inside of or we want to break it. Well, what happened was the buyers came in, they kind of strong, but then they was on top of that box. But then what happened was sellers pushed us inside of that liquidity pool. And now, watch what I'm about to say here. Inside of that liquidity pool, the sellers now, tomorrow is going to be important because we want to know now, does that become, watch this, sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity? Okay, we talking right now. We talking right now. We talking right now. Here's why that means something. Inside of that liquidity, inside of that pool is orders. Now, we get to determine, they get to determine where those orders go. Do those orders push the market down as fuel, or do those orders push the market up? Once these orders, because the buyers, the sellers has pushed us inside of this box, they've now taken all of these orders out. So now this box is no longer no good. I only drew it so you can see that they took it out. right? So that means they violated the box, right? They violated the box. So now tomorrow is going to be important because we're going to see what do they use that, watch this, that liquid money for. Do they use it to push us further down or do they use it to push us further up? Now, I'm going to bring in something right here. Before I bring in my Fibonacci, I want to talk about something else that's important for us to see, right? We are still on top of our SMA 20. That's that line. That's 613. So 613 is a critical point. 613 is a critical point. Why is 613 a critical point? I'm going to show you 3 things that make 613 a critical point. First, 613 is our SMA 20. That becomes a buyer's, a demand. It's not really a resistance yet, but it's almost like a shelf where the buyers need to defend that. The buyers need to defend that. It's not a resistance just yet, but the buyers do need to defend that because if they don't defend that, then the sellers have really gained control. So I want you to think about 613 as a control point, right? I want you to think about 613 as a control point. So if the QQQ breaks 613, now watch what I'm about to say here. Not just a break with a wick, with a full candle close. If they break 613 with a full candle close, buyers have now, watch this what I'm about to say, they have now completely broken the structure and changed the trend. Okay, work with me right here. If they break 613, they have completely changed the trend. Now we go from a short-term bearish structure to a set of lower, higher lows that have now went full-on downtrend. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, and I've tried to talk. So now the reason I'm about to do this, I'm about to go to white screen right quick because I like to see my fib like this. So I ain't worrying about what Sean be saying. Now, here's where things get really, really interesting that I need y'all to see. Here's things what I need you to see. Now we have what's called some really good confluence. Everybody say that with me. And that's just simply saying that we have a couple things that's aligning, that are, you know how people be saying, man, that's confirmation right there. You saying that is confirmation right there. Well, in the market, that can be called confluence. It's when you have a couple things that line up that say, yep, this is on point. So here's what I want you to understand. When you pull out your Fibonacci, we're going to go from swing low, which was that long red candle that we have right here, right? That was the Trump sell-off, right? That is your swing low. And you go all the way up to swing high, which was your all-time high. Now, the key essential point here, 100%, is what? The 0.5. And the reason why your 0.5 is the key point is because that is 100% the middle of the line, right? So that is a control point. Right? Well, remember we said 613, right? Watch this. If we took that orange line and drawed it out to that halfway point, it's 613.05. So that tells us a couple things. 613.05 or 613.86, they all the same. But let's go back into that too. Watch this. Your SMA 20 is at 613.86. So that matches the halfway point of the 613.05. But let's go a little further. If you look at the very top of that long red candle, that's the top of the Trump sell-off, that's also at the same spot of your 50% retracement and right about your SMA 20. So that tells us we have a few things that's lining up right there that tells us that 613 is a line in the sand. That told us right there that everything is lined up. So now we can take the guessing out the game. We can say, all right, we done took the guessing out the game. 613 is a line in the sand. Now, let me say one more thing. If you was a little hesitant about that, you would tell yourself, the furthest that I would be willing to go is 0, that 382. That is your last line of defense on the buy the dip side. And the reason why I say that, because after that, you will have some, that's called your, watch this, that's your extreme support right there. Right? After that, if it breaks that, so let's see what that number is. 607. That's deep though. Right? That's a deep, deep support right there. Your next support ain't gonna come down till that 0. That's the bottom of the Trump tree. And if we get back to the bottom of the Trump tree, we in hell and high water. So, what do you need to see? 613 to 618 range is critical. Now, notice something. Look at that 618. Notice how today it stopped right at that 618, which is your first level on your fib. This shows you that nothing in this market is a coincidence. When you look at stuff like this, you start now thinking like a institutional trader. This is a part of looking at key levels on your chart where you can be set, yep, the 613. 613 closed candle 1 day time frame. That's what you want to see. If you get a 613 candle that closes, so if you get 613 tomorrow and it closes at 613, breaks 613 and close, and then we wake up Thursday and you say, yep, that's it. We going down. We going down. We going down. So I basically want you to just, see that. I wanted to talk to you about that. So basically, the way we would read that is simply that QQQ just remains in a bullish uptrend, but the price has broken the internal structure. So we see that. 613 to 618 is really a critical range for us to see. The SMA 20 and the equilibrium on the Fibonacci actually align. They're going to have some stops right there because there's some people that are playing that. There are people that are saying, hey, the same way you looking at that and we see that, there's some people saying, yep, this is a critical point. They're going to have some stops right there. So that's why I say you need to see a candle close, because what the market will do is the market will go down there, take them stops out right there, use them stops to go back to the upside. So that's just something I wanted you to see. It's something I wanted you to look at. So key level you need to be looking at, 613, key level 613, between 618 and 613 is essential. It breaks that. We done broke the SMA 20. Your last line of defense, if 607, it breaks that, we going to hell. We going to hell. Not figuratively, but from a chart perspective. We done lost. When it all goes down, So that's what I got for y'all, man. Give it up for our. So if you want, that's some of the stuff that we're gonna be doing. That's some of the stuff that we're gonna be doing, breaking down to you in our. That's a snippet of what we're gonna be doing, breaking down for you in our event this weekend. So if you are interested in coming to that, did we put the link in there? Yep, 2 days. 2 days rocking out with your boy Trap. Definitely got some dope stuff coming out. We got some dope, a couple surprises for y'all.
Let me ask you, if you're a veteran, should you be at this event? If you're a veteran.
Of course, because you can never stop learning, so you never know. I might, we definitely gonna bring out some stuff. The reason why I call it Make Your First Trade is because I know that there's a lot of new people that's trying to get in the game. But we definitely gonna go into some deep stuff as far as market structure, as far as some different concepts that people really need to be looking at. One of the most important things that I like is just candle communication, learning how the candles talk to one another. I think that's something that we've been really heavy on. And I'm bringing somebody else in here with me that's really, really, really high level and advanced. So he gonna come in and walk with us too, walk with, so we can just, you know what I'm saying? We want to hit people at all types of levels, you know what I'm saying? So, yep, if you advanced, it's good for you too.
Let's go. Whoop-dee-doo.
Yep, so if you got it, let's go. There is no discounts. The discounts was for people that came in. The thing, we did that, so is it. And I promise you, that is a discount. I promise you, that's a discount. If you click the link, it's going to say that. Again, December 12th, December 13th at the Freedom Center. And I'll be honest with you, I think we only doing 300 people.
Yeah, trying to keep it more.
Because I don't want it to be packed. I wanted to have enough tables where we can go like this, and go like that. So we probably only gonna do 300 people.
Yeah.
So get your tickets, man. Is this for saying, yep, this for trading options, yep.
They were asking day trading or
what's up with the Robinhood portfolio? Nope, that's just for the personal page. That don't got nothing to do with what we doing over here. So, anyway, let's get to it, man. We got a dope show tonight, man. Let's get to it, man. I don't waste no more time. What we got next? We got to show this Red Sea. Let's show the Red Sea. Let's go. All right, so today, man, I'm going to tell you something. Today, I sold 6 of my winners. Sold my winners. I got out of my winners. So I probably got about, if I'm being honest with you, I took probably about today, between yesterday and today, I probably got 400 in cash out the market. Probably took 400, about 4, if I'm looking at my account right now, just being honest with you, and I'm going to be real with you, I only had 120,000 in cash. I'm sitting on 607,000 in cash in the market. So between 2 days, $603,495 in cash in the market. That's what I took out. So that's why I don't be really tripping on like numbers, because I know like when we cash out, we cash out. You know what I'm saying? Like when we cash out, we cash out. So yesterday we did something. And my Patreon member said, "Say, bro, that was clutch." So at the last minute, bro, I'm talking about at the last minute, I was like, "Say, y'all, man, let's get out." We had 2 Patreon plays. I had about 200 in both of them plays. I was like, "Hey, bro, let's get out of these plays, y'all." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Hey, let's get out of these plays, y'all." And so we got out of we got out of Palantir plays, and bruh, I would have been pissed. Listen to me. I would have been so pissed off, especially when I have it in my brain to get out the play. So, Shazam. Yeah, that meta one pissing me off too, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I got out of that play. But we got it to January, so I'm not really mad. But we got out of those, and we had 2 of those Palantir plays. And I said, "Say, y'all, man, let's get out of these plays right quick." Like, and I was heavy in them. Like, I was real heavy in them. Like, being down in some of these plays, I don't be tripping, but some plays I be heavy in. Like, my players that I know are hitters, I be heavy. 200, 150, 175. Sean be shaking his head. He be like, "Bro, why you be doing that, dog?" So we got out of the Palantir plays. I was like, "Say, y'all, let's get out of the Palantir plays." But I did say something. I said, "Y'all don't have to follow me here." So I always give people that option. Like, yo, you don't got to follow me here. You make your own decision to do what you want to do. I'm just letting y'all know what I'm doing. Got out of the plays, damn, I was like, ooh, they beat earnings and revenue. I'm like, okay. That thing shot up like $7. I was like, all right, bet. Bruh, Alex got on that call and went to shaking that table. I said, ooh. But I thought I ain't gonna lie. Usually, when he shake the table, it run up. But I always tell my people this. He gon' insult the short sellers just as much as Donald Trump gonna insult Joe Biden. If you give me an over and under, I'm taking the over every time that he gonna say short sellers about 10 times on an interview because I think his only downfall is he paid too much attention to people shorting his stock. I think that's his only downfall. Because, watch this, the company has great earnings. The company has great revenue. The company has a continually increasing backlog of government that like they profitable. Bruh really printing money. He gotta stop worrying about them short sellers. He gotta stop tripping on them short sellers. Because you gotta think about it. Bro, you got a 700 PE ratio. That's Alex. You expensive. Just keeping it real. You got a 700 PE ratio. Bro, you are stupidly expensive. But I get it. It's justifiable. Right? I don't know if 700 PE ratio is justifiable.
Can you break down what a 700 PE ratio is?
Huh?
Can you break down what a 700 PE ratio is?
So a 700 PE ratio means you're paying $700 for $1 of a company's stock. I mean, a company's profit. So you're paying $700 for $1 of their profit. Price to earnings. You're paying a $700 price tag for $1 of their earnings. And there's a theory that says PE also means the time it would take for you to get your money back from that company. Now, I disagree because they print money. He a money printing machine. He a money printing machine. But Alex, you expensive, bro. You expensive. But the reason why I'm not mad at that because Amazon was expensive, Netflix was expensive, Tesla was expensive, but they wasn't $700. They wasn't 700 PE expensive.
So what's I guess, because for the average person, they're going to be like, why would I pay $700 for $1 of their profit? Like,
that's why the stock fell off, because the market is saying you are too expensive. People shouldn't pay that. That's what the market is saying. The market is saying we shouldn't pay that for this. So my only downfall to him is he fussed with the short sellers too much. And he directly called them cokeheads. He directly say, you're a cokehead. Man, flush Alex, man. But I just think he too in his feelings about that. Like, the man was on CNBC this morning pissed off that people shorting his stock. This is a great American company. Yeah. He was going off. I'm like, Alex, you gotta chill. You gotta let people short it, bro. Part of the game. Nah, but he be going crazy when you short his stock. So we got out of that. That was good. And then today, I said, hey, y'all, we got out of app loving. We got out of NVIDIA. We got out of AVGO. We got out of something else. And I was like, bro, let's just take the profits. I'm like, anything I'm down on, I ain't trimming. Everything out January, February, March, I'm okay. We got time. I think between this, Santa Claus rally, then we'll get some discounts. I like being heavy, $600,000 in cash. The only play that's kind of bothering me right now is my Meta play. I think that's it. That's it. So anyway, Costco always seemed to come up. Oh, and GEV. This GEV play is bothering me. I'm not gonna lie.
What happened today?
This play is crazy part about this play. It's only down 25%, but I'm so heavy in it. I'm super heavy in it because it's always be my go-to. So anyway, Goldman Sachs kind of pissed me off the deal a little bit because I got all the way to break even on that joker. I was like up $200 on it today, and then it just fell off. JP Morgan, I kept that because I still think financials going through. Meta, I think I'm not going to be mad. I think Meta the only one. I think this the one time that I'm going to say I'm kind of worried about Meta. I'm kind of worried about Meta. And I'm usually never worried about Meta because Mark usually like find a way, right? And what happened was before the fall for earnings, the stock was right where I needed it to be at. It was right back. It was at 753. I'm like, oh, we going to get that 800. We going to get it. And then a $15.9 billion tax bill. Mark, you could have told us about that before earnings, my dog. You could have told us that, because that $100 drop, bro, you took...
Whoop-de-doo.
Goddamn, dog. I was like, ooh, we good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We was right there. We was at 753. I'm like, yup, it's my dog. It's my dog. He always come through. And then $100 drop. $100 drop. $100 drop. All I could say was, damn. That's all I can say. Damn. That shit took me out, yeah? That shit took me out. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't do nothing about it. I was like, damn, bro, 100 bands, dog? I mean, $100, bro? Shit. And then, you know, so anyway, Netflix got a stock split coming up. Not worried about that. They got a stock split coming up, I think it's November 17th. They're doing a 10 for 1. So if you own 1 share of Netflix, you will now have, you get 9 more shares. So for every 1 share of Netflix that you own, you get 9 more shares. So do you think he could have, yeah. Yeah, so I personally don't like that. And I'll be honest with you, because stocks never trade the same after they split. And people always, oh, well, tell that to Netflix. I mean, tell that to NVIDIA. Tell that to AVGO. For all my people who was trading NVIDIA and AVGO in 2023, 2022, early 2024, you know, we was doing $100 a day. We got that joint up $100. We got that joint up $80, back-to-back days, you know? So for AVGO, we get on one day, it's up $80, $90. So nah, it don't trade the same. It never trades the same. It never trades the same after that. So I mean, yeah. So yeah, if we was right using NVIDIA, if you was in NVIDIA, even if you wasn't a patron, if you was rocking with NVIDIA in 2022, 2023, AVGO before the split, bro, we was getting up that thing up $100. We was getting up 83. I'm talking about back-to-back days, 83, 75. I was like, God damn. that sucker was doing $100 billion in market cap in a day. Yeah. It has never been the same. It's never been the same. So, you know, Chipotle, my dog, they just never be the same after the split, bro. They still perform, but they never take chunks out of the game like they used to. So anyway, let's go a little further, man. Then we got the QQQ. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I like this QQQ play. Spotify took us out, man. That was another one. Bro, woke up this morning. Listen, I was so happy this morning. I got up this morning, I looked at my phone. I said, ooh, that thing up $35. Great earnings call. I'm like, yeah, let's rock out. Opening bell, down 20. I say, whoa. Whoa. And let me tell you something. The problem with me is, and that be what happened to me, I be so heavy in the play, when it go the other way, it go. It go. Bro, I was like, ooh, I checked my, like I said, I finished praying. I checked my, I finished praying, read my word, pray it again, read my devotion. We was up $35. I'm like, ooh, okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. It was at like $6.85. I'm like, yup, straight up. Ball, opening bell. I said, ooh, 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 ooh. Lord, damn. God, damn. What you doing, dog? So, yeah, that definitely caught me slipping on now. But anyway, it is what it is. Happens sometimes. STX, that's a play we've been in for maybe a week or something, though. It's been really showing out as part of that. Tesla, really not mad at it. UNH, and V. So let's go a little further. Yo, Sean, I wanted to tell you. So look, last week, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you something. Because I'm so focused on performance, I've been listening to my mind. I've been listening to like, so some said before Sprouts Farmers Market had earnings, they say, bro, get out that damn play. Like, it is what it is. Let's get the cash. Let's close out strong. Bro, I got out the play. That thing tanked. I say, good God. So we saw the AVG, the AJG, and the Sprouts Farmers Market, and yeah. Somebody said, finally, bro. I don't like y'all.
Took
Flush me.
4 months. I'm looking at it. You know what's funny? You was at 22%, I think, last week. You almost at 26% right now.
Got that loser, man. Was holding me down. Was holding me down, dog. So, yep, got out that Sprouts Farmers Market. Got out that, so.
Can we get a celebration? Can we get just a celebration? Come on.
Someone said, can we celebrate? Anyway, somebody said your losses are too big, size down, bro. I just play the way I play, bro. My loss is not big. They may be big to you, they not big to me, bro. I'll be honest with you. They might be big to you, they not big to me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I had $1 million in a day, dog. I had 700 in a day. They might be big to you, bro. That's minor to me, fam. And I mean that with no arrogance or no.
Yo, God is working on you, bro. Because normally something like that, you would have went in, it would have rant, I would have brought the music in. That's good, bro. I'm proud of you.
It's kind of like Bill Ackman losing $400 million in a day. You say, damn, Bill, your loss is too big. Well, it's not really too big. It's just too big for you. You just playing on a different level. You know what I'm saying? We just playing on, and there's nothing, and again, there's nothing against you.
Mm-hmm.
We just play the game at a different level. You know what I'm saying? That $100,000 may only be 10% down, 15% down. It ain't like it's down 2 million %. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not a big loss to me. And I'm not saying that in a, again, I'm not saying it in an arrogant way. You know, somebody said too much red. Well, it's not really because I was down 1.5. I'm now up 600,000 on a year. I'm up 600 realized on a year. It is what it is, bro. So I appreciate you, the family, man. I wish you the best on your journey, my dog. You know, when you playing at my level, we come sit at the table, we could talk. You know what I'm saying? So, again, nothing but love to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but love to you. I ain't got nothing mad at you. I ain't got no hate on you. I wish you the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. Like, the account is big. The account is big. If Ashawn asked me today, he said, Trap, if you cast out everything now, what'd happen? I said, I'll probably be at break even on the year. If I cast out everything, wins and losses right now, I'll probably be at break even on the year. And that's after coming from being down 1.5 million from the Trump debacle. So if I just took the whole account right now and start from zero, I'll probably just be at break even. It happens. It's part of the game. So anyway, let's go a little further, man. But again, I wish you the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best, bro. And I want you to kill it in the market, my guy. So let's go a little further, man. Let's get to it. So the longest shutdown in U.S. history got worse. The U.S. government has reached day 35. Damn. Day 35. That's crazy. Day 35. Tying the longest record in history. Since October 1st, the government has borrowed $600 billion, that's $17 billion per day. The federal unemployment claims have surged 12,000%, marking the highest since 2018. According to Congressional Budget Office, the shutdown is projected to cut Q4, this is going to be big, cut Q4 GDP by 200 basis points, erase $39 billion from economy, delay $48 billion in payments, and stall $32 billion in federal paychecks. That's big, bro.
Sheesh.
That's big, dog. That's big, bro. Cut Q4 GDP by 200 basis points. Erase $39 billion from the economy. Delay $48 billion in payments. Install $33 billion in federal paychecks. That's big. The federal government. The federal shutdown has now stretched to 31 days, nearing a record. Bro, that's so big, bro. The Congressional Budget Office estimates already cost the economy $7 billion in lost GDP, with losses climbing to $11 billion if it lasts 6 weeks and $14 billion at 8. That remains installed in key programs, including SNAP food assistance, risking running out of funds by November 1st. That's tough, bro. You know, we can, for me, bro, we sit here and we do whatever we do. We get in the market and we play the market and we do all this, bro, and people losing. It's about to be heavy for people, bro, if we don't get this on. And I think that's the only thing that made me mad about our government is we can't get along to keep food on people's table. I think if it's all about the people, bro, I think that we got to become a nation that put the people first. And I don't think you put the people first when you're willing to do this. That's just my personal opinion. We can blame it on Republicans. They can blame it on Democrats. There's something got to be done when you just can't put the people first. Like, y'all willing to make people suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you willing to, I think Trump said something at first, like, he was going to try to get the people the benefits, and then he came out and said, nope, we ain't doing nothing. Blame the Democrats. I think that's when we talk about leadership. Just for me. When you got to say, like, all right, bro, like, we got to, especially at this time of year. Huh?
It's like a lack of accountability also.
Yeah, bro. Like, we can't keep playing the blame game. At some point, we got to say, all right, bro, like, let's get this situated, but let's give our it's about to be Thanksgiving. And if this thing going to December 1st, then President Trump said the federal government would withhold Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP, funding from recipients for the duration of the shutdown, contradicting statements from his administration that it would make half of the November payments. Trump said on Truth Social, benefits will be given only when the radical left Democrats open the government, which they can easily do, and not before. I just think that is the part that I don't like. I think that's the part I don't like. So I think we doing something, you know, I talked to the team. We talked about doing something. Not only do we want to donate, but we want help. So while you worried about my portfolio, come give to this drive. While you worried about what I'm doing right in my options account or what I'm doing wrong in my options account, let me make sure you be the first one to pull up to this drive right here. Because what we gonna do is I'm putting at least 20 grand. I already gave 10 grand to New Orleans. They're gonna do it this weekend for gas and food. right? While you worrying about my portfolio and what I'm doing right or wrong, if you say you can help me do this right here. That's what I want you to help me do, my brother, whoever you was in the chat, right? You had something to say about that. I want you to help me do this right here. I already gave $10,000 to New Orleans, right, to help them with gas and food this weekend. Help me do this right here, right? Too many of our people out here in Georgia are fighting silent battles to eat, right? And with folks losing their SNAP benefits, the pressure has gotten heavier. That's why we are partnering with the Atlanta Food Bank and doing what matters. They linked up with nearly 700 community partners, moving 9 million meals every month across Metro Atlanta. Now, the Freedom Center, right here at the Freedom Center, we joining the fight. We'll be serving as a drop-off location for food donations from November 5th to the 22nd, at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We closed on Tuesdays. You can also ship your donation directly to Freedom Center, 1887 Powder Springs Road, Marietta, Georgia. And this is non-perishable foods. Hey, check this out. My brother who said you can help me do this. Take this post right here, put it on your page. Help do that. Right? That's what I want you to help me do. I want you to help me help these people get some food. Because I'm going to put another $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in that.
I had Miss April working on a link. People asking about a link. We do not have a link right now in regards to that, but we will have that.
Yeah,
I'll make sure
we'll
have that in the
we'll put it on my page. I'm going to create a thing for it, all that. So help me do that. You feel me? Make sure you help me do that. I want to see you in the comment. I'm looking for your name right now. I want to see if you're gone. I want to see if you're going to help me do that. Right? I want to see if you can, because if we don't have a link, we're going to have a link for the money. I'm going to put that in the next show. I'm going to put that on all my stuff. We're going to put the link for sure. The link going to be coming, but you can send the food here. 506 boys, can you send some food here? Right? Help me do that. Right? Put some food, non-perishable, in a box, right? And mail it to the Freedom Center. Help me do that. I want to see how that's going. I want to see what's going to happen with that, right? But anyway, I'm going to probably put like some of them losses that you're looking at. I'm going to put some of them to give to people that missing out on their SNAP benefits. You feel me? Yeah, right.
I actually glad we doing this because also somebody in the comments earlier was like, yo, it's kind of insensitive with everything that's going on to have a 2-day event. Like, bruh, everybody's not going through, but for the people who are going through, this is what we're doing. You know?
It's kind of what?
It was kind of insensitive at the time that we're in, you know, to have a 2-day event. And I'm just
We talking about for the family reunion?
Well, for the one in December.
The option? I don't think so.
Right, exactly. But then also, two things could be true. You know what I'm saying? Where, okay, you might be going through something, but we're also we're helping our people. We're going into the community. We're making sure that people so we'll have the link.
The address is at the bottom of the thing. It says 1887 Powder Springs Road, Southwest, Marietta, Georgia. Right? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. So we doing that, man. Freedom Eats. That's the name of it, man. So we gonna donate. Make sure y'all send y'all non-perishable food items. We gonna do that. So, yep. I hate to say this, y'all ain't want to vote for the black lady that told y'all this was gonna happen. Well, who's to say it wasn't gonna happen with her either? We don't know. We don't know what was gonna happen, man. I don't like to live backwards. I like to live forwards, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go a little further, man. But that's what we doing. You want to come be a part of that, man? Dude, let's rock out. Let's go. What we got next, Jose?
Hello, Trap. Thank you so much for choosing me. Thank you, Jose, for choosing me as well. Appreciate all the videos. It's been super helpful. 2 questions. I know, just 1 question, but 1 feedback suggestion kind of thing. First question is, I have a small account. It's $1,500. Most of the plays you provide are usually for 5,000 or 10,000 or more. Is it possible, please, for you to create a video on how to grow those small accounts? Because your plays usually are for 8 months to 10 months to grow or double those 5,000 accounts. So if you could maybe just offer us some kind of advice or even just a video showing or demonstrating and also providing some more option plays for those small accounts, we would really appreciate it. Second question, some of us newbies don't understand the things you're saying, like hedging. I don't get it. I know what LPs means. It means lottery pick, but some of us don't get it. Can you please create a traps dictionary? I would appreciate it. Thank you.
The trap dictionary. The trap dictionary. Not yet, bro. First of all, shout out to that skin, queen. I see you. So you can shrink the play. You can shrink the play, or I think shrinking the play. Like, so I think some of the play has been, I think the last play has been like 6 months, but you could bring it into like 3 months, 4 months. I would say don't go less than 90 days on the play. I think the play is good. I think you can do a play for 90 days and it wouldn't hurt. That'd be cheaper. I think that'd be good too, because, you know, we try to strike with precision. So I think that's good. One other one is, so using an easy way too is like using the ETFs or easier way, like trading SPY, trading the QQQ. That's why we had the QQQ play in. But you can just bring it in some, so that'd be cool too. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. And then for the trap dictionary, like hedging, stuff like that, it's more so just protection. So that's all hedging is. Like, so if you have hedging is simply saying, let's say you go long on one play, meaning you like the upside or you bullish on one play. Well, you'll do a smaller contract and you'll play the downside that go the opposite way. That's hedging it. That's for protection. So mostly I'll just do that for earnings. They got some people that just trade like that in general. Every play they make, if they go long, they gonna hedge it on the bottom side. And it shrinks the gain, but they like to play with protection. So you can actually do that. For me, you know, we be butt naked out here. We be butt naked out here, except for earnings. We be butt naked out here. But I might come up with a trap dictionary. But I know one of the things we're going to do in the 2-day workshop is have key things that you need to know.
We used to do the word segment.
Huh?
Remember we used to do the word segment?
What it was called?
That job? I forgot. So many changes.
We had breaking down a brick and we had trap lingo.
I think it was trap lingo. It was lingo, something lingo.
Something lingo, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's what we do, man. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. That's what we do. So, yep. Hope I helped y'all with that, Queen. Let's go a little further. We appreciate you too.
Hey, what's up, Trap? Just joined the Patreon, loving the community. I had a quick question on how much capital I need to save or target so I can get in on the longer dated options plays without being too emotionally over leveraged early.
Learning the lingo, that was the name of it. We might need to bring that back.
Yeah.
We might need to bring that back. I say at least like, I'll be honest with you, from how we be trading, like, I think probably like at least like 2,500. I say you could put about 2,500. Yeah, about 2,500. But risk is determined by your ability to so how can I say this with risk? So risk is such a interesting thing because risk can be looked at so many different ways, right? But I always say that, you know, risk is you feel the most risk when you over leveraged, right? So, like if your account $5,000 and you got $4,000 in a play, you gonna feel that. You gonna go crazy. You gonna be, you know what I'm saying? If you got $10,000 in your account and you got $7-8 a play, you gonna be tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I say, in my mind, I always say that you should never have no more than, and it's just me, everybody different. I don't think you should have no more than 35-40% of your account in a play. Right? I think that's, it depends. I think 35-40% in one play is a lot. I think more than that is a lot. If you got 50% of your account in one play, you over leverage. Because now you only got room for one more play. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you can do, I think if you can do 35-40%, I think that's kind of, I like that. But again, I'm not average. And, I just don't believe in I don't believe in the 2% of your account in the trade. I'm a little different. I play the game different. You know what I'm saying? I look at it different. So I'm not going to be the person that said, only risk 2% on a trade. That ain't my life. I've never lived that life. You know what I'm saying? I've never lived that life. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends, man. Like, I've always been in, but you got to say, how did my account start at 400 on this show and we grew it up to, we got to 5 million, then I took the money out for the building. So in a 2-year time span, you know what I'm saying? We started in 2022. By 2024, last year, we was at 5 million. Took 800,000 out to get the building, did some other stuff. So I just think, I can only talk to you about the way that I play the game. You know what I'm saying? I can only tell you how I play the game. I've never played a game by the rules that everybody else played by. Now, I'm also not saying that them rules ain't legit. There's a reason why people say only risk 10%. There's a reason why people say, 2%. There's a reason why people say that, right? I'm not here to discredit that. But you got to do what's suitable for you. And I think the only way you can find out your real relationship with money is to keep testing yourself. Like, I'll be honest with you. Again, my man saying, man, you doing something wrong. Well, bro, I shook back from 1.5 million down when it probably would have broke most people. You know what I'm saying? That probably would have took most people out the game. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not the greatest. I'm just somebody that's, adamant about learning and adamant about defining who I am and what I do as a trader. And I can only show you what I do. Now, I do tell my people best practices. Even in the Patreon, I'll tell somebody, look, I'm about to do this, bro, don't follow me and do this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I live my life on the edge. But I can live with the results, win, lose, or draw. That's what I got to say about that. Let's go a little further. Okay, so Certified Trapper of the Week, man. James Fortin, man. Freeborn African-American. He became a sailmaker after the American Revolutionary War. Following a apprenticeship, he became... Man, push this up, man. I can't see that shit. I can't see that, dog. I can't see that, dog. Bro, I can't see that shit, dog. Man, I can't see that at all. Okay, that's good. All right. Freeborn African-American, he became a sailmaker after the American Revolutionary War. Following an apprenticeship, he became a foreman and bought the sail loft when his boss retired. He was located on the busy waterfront of the Delaware River in an area now called Penn's Landing. Forreston used his wealth and social standing to work for civil rights for African Americans in both city and nationwide. Beginning in 1817, he opposed the colonization movement, particularly that of the American Colonization Society. He affirmed Black Americans' claim to a stake of the United States of America. He persuaded William Lloyd Garrison to adopt the anti-colonization position and helped fund his newspaper, The Liberator. Frequently publishing letters on public issues, he became vice president of the Biracial American Anti-Slavery Society. Founded in 1833, he worked for national abolition of slavery. His large family was also devoted to these causes. And 2 daughters married the previous brothers who used their wealth as leaders for abolition. Let's go a little further.
July 1776. Church bells are ringing across Philadelphia. A curious 9-year-old child stands and listens as the Declaration of Independence is read aloud to citizens for the first time. The young boy would grow up to make history. His name? James Forten. Born into a family of free African Americans on September 2, 1766, his father worked as a sailmaker, but when he died suddenly, James was just 7 years old. By 9, he had left school to earn money to support his mother and sister. At 14, Forten helped transport gunpowder on an American privateer ship. But on its second voyage, the Royal Lewis was captured by an English warship. Forten, along with the rest of the crew, was taken prisoner. Many of the sailors were Black and likely to be sold into slavery in the West Indies. But luckily for Forten, fate had other ideas. He befriended the English captain's son, a boy of the same age. And when the captain suggested that Forten return to England with them, James declared his loyalty to America and said he would never prove a traitor to her interests. Quite the speech for a 14-year-old. Confined to a notorious prison ship as a consequence for his outburst, his imprisonment prevented him from being sold into slavery and almost certainly saved his life. On release, he walked from Brooklyn, New York, back to Philadelphia. He took up his father's profession and became an apprentice sailmaker. Within a few years, he had become a foreman and eventually bought the company. Thanks to his invention of a new type of sail, he became one of the wealthiest men in Philadelphia, known for hiring Black and white laborers, and earned the trust and respect of the city's residents. By the 1800s, Forten had also become a leading voice for the abolition of slavery. In 1831, he used his influence and fortune to help publish The Liberator, a famous anti-slavery publication, and remained active in the abolitionist movement up until his death on March 4, 1842. At his funeral procession, Black and white Americans lined the streets of Philadelphia together to pay their respects. Forten's extraordinary rise transcended the racial divide of the era. His story embodies the words he heard as a youngster as he listened to the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all, man, say, bro, sadly in America, they don't live by this. Sadly in America, they don't live by this. All right, let's go a little further, man.
Trappin' Tuesday, man. I come in here to talk about Bloom Energy today, man. I bought it at $10 and the stock is at $140, $50 right now. I took some off because from doing your course, I cannot justify some of this stuff, the WAC, the RIC, the gross, the net, none of the PE, it's just crazy on this company right now. How do I evaluate this company with so much backlog on deals? They signed a $5 million deal with Brookfield, Oracle, CoreWeave, They're signing big deals. Their turnaround was supposed to be 90 days to power these companies, but they're coming in 55 days. They getting everything set up and ready to go. So their turnaround is pretty good. It doesn't cost as much to use their power. And those AI data centers got to keep running, so they're perfect because it's just how their power is set up is totally different than your conventional standard power. So I just want to know, how do I look at that financial sheet when you got all that backlog about to come in?
So the backlog is essentially money to come. Right? That's what the backlog is. The backlog is money to come. Did he say it was trading or did he say it was buying whole? I missed that part. Buying whole? Yeah, if it's buying whole, if you can't justify it, if you can't justify it, you definitely need to take some profit on it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you really locked in on it. You paid attention to it. You went with your move on it. You take some profit on it. From $10 to that type of run-up is sick. You know what I'm saying? You take some profit on it. And then I would say I'll take a lot of profit on it. And then you just let the rest run, and then you put it into something quality that you know. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my move with it. I would take profit on it and then put the profit into something quality that you know that you can justify, right? Because things like that happen in the market, right? And don't get stuck on it, though. You know, that'd be our problem. You know our biggest problem in the market, dog? We wear our welcome out. We wear our welcome out. We stay in some companies too long. I think you made your bread, go about your business. Go find something else. Like my grandma used to tell me, go find yourself something to play with, you heard? Let's go a little further, man. All right, man. So, man, this company struck $5 trillion in market cap, yo. And I saw this and this just was crazy. 1 NVIDIA, 2 Amazon, 6 JP Morgans. $10 ExxonMobils, 23 McDonald's, 25 Disney's, 50 Nikes, 96 Fords, 954 Macy's, and 3,311 JetBlue stocks. So here's the crazy part about that. $5 trillion in market cap. That's interesting, bro. Think about this. That's $5 trillion. It's under it, right? $5 trillion. And then you have Google, Apple, Microsoft. This is a classic example of why investing in the American markets are beneficial. It's a classic example of that. Somebody on my Patreon asked me today about Michael Burry shorting it, right? And I said, I feel like he did the same thing Bill Ackman did during the pandemic. When your name hold weight, you manipulate the market the way you want. You say something, you do something, it's just like if Warren Buffett buys something. Once the people find out Warren Buffett bought it, your name hold weight. You know what I'm saying? My thing about that is, you got to remember that so watch this. You got to remember that's 45 days late. Watch what I'm about to say. So that's a 13F. right? So 13F is, which means he might be still in it, but that's from last month. This the part people ain't realizing. If it came out in a 13F, if I'm not mistaken, I think it came out in a 13F, which is a 13F is a statement that hedge funds and investors have to put out, and it has to come out within 30 to 45 days after they make a play. All right? So it comes out, a big play like that. So here's what people don't realize. Think about how NVIDIA ran up lately. Watch what I'm about to say here. Because I know they're going to smoke me for this. He actually down big on that play right now. People don't look at that. So if you go look at that, you go look at a site called Dataroma. Dataroma will tell you when he bought that play. And because it comes a part of his 13F, it's a good chance. Let me see something right quick. Huh? About to see if I can pull it up right quick. Where my pen at? I just want to see if I can pull it up right quick. So you could pull up Michael Burry. Huh? I'm about to get on it. Once I do this, I'm going to get on it. So it should have his super investors. Michael Burry. Should have it on there. Let me see. Michael Burry. So it says that he bought. We don't have it on that. Oh, yeah. No, it don't. No, it don't. It has the other stuff he did. So he bought. He added 100% of Lululemon. He bought $17 million worth of Lululemon. He bought SLM Corp. And he bought Molina Healthcare. So the thing about when you put these 13Fs out, so this is his portfolio thing, but it'll also say if you go in there, that 13F is yeah. So if you go to, it'll tell you when he purchased it. Normally on a 13F, you got to be 30 to 45 days out. So that means I want you to go look at something. I want you to go look at, watch this. I want you to go look, if it's 30 to 45 days out, go look at what NVIDIA did 30 to 45 days ago up until now. That sucker ran up like crazy. So that means if I'm wrong, and as if I'm right. Now the thing about it is, he has a heavy risk tolerance. So if he did that, so that means he got an NVIDIA short right now. Let's say he put the NVIDIA short in 30 to 45 days ago, because that's when 13F's got to come out. Man, he been in a tight bind for a minute. You feel me? That means he been in a tight bind for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, because it went down, what, 4% today? So it just depends on where he got it at. So you got to think, 2 weeks ago, NVIDIA was what, 160, 170? It went from 170 to 212? Whew. Man. Imagine what he got to go at if he shorted NVIDIA. Nah, Palantir shot up like that. Shot up to something. So that's why I don't be going crazy. People like, oh, man, all right, bet, cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, he the type of person to sit on a bad play for 18 months. You know what I'm saying? He the type of person to sit on a bad play for 18 months. So I just think people need to just look at that a little more. All right, let's go a little further, man.
Michael Burry, the hedge fund manager of the Big Short fame, has two new targets, NVIDIA and Palantir. Burry, who rose to fame for his 2008 bet against the U.S. housing market, bought put options on the companies. That was revealed in a 13F. And that means he would profit from price declines.
Great companies, good companies, but the rate of growth is being valued at perpetuity. So any hiccup in that is going to send these stocks into correction. And we're not talking a 5% correction. When the NASDAQ pulls back, it can drop 20, 30% in a heartbeat. We've seen this before. My partner and I have been around a while. Everybody's selling everything that's non-tech and piling into the AI trade and second derivatives of the AI trade. So they're creating really great risk reward outside of AI, and it's become such a momentum trade in AI, it's very hard to make money at this level. There's systemic risks out there that people are ignoring. And if there's a hiccup in financing in AI, Katie, bar the doors, because these stocks will drop like a heartbeat. So we're just saying identify risk, and for the individual investor, have exposure. But this is a good time to pare it back.
Have exposure, but pare it back. We just showed y'all the NASDAQ on a chart. So, I mean, somebody say, what if? You know, my favorite saying is, if was a fifth, we all be drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, many ways he can go with it, but, you know, them stocks been running. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go a little further. So NVIDIA unveiled a wave of new partnerships with industries ranging from 6G networks to healthcare, embracing full stack AI. Highlights include collaborate with Nokia, AI-powered 6G, Eli Lilly on drug discovery, Palantir on enterprise AI. NVIDIA isn't just selling chips, it's now sharing the next generation of quantum computing. So we just saw a breakdown on it. I think that we can all look at and see. You know, here's what NVIDIA got going on. An AI platform for 6G, Nokia, Cisco, T-Mobile, Boost Alliance, the NVQ Link, CCCX, IONQ, RGTI, and Keys. Partners with healthcare, you can with Lilly, then he partnered with Johnson & Johnson, then CAT, then TSM, then Amazon, Disney, Lockheed Martin, then with robotics, the Joby, Uber, STLA, LCID, Pony, WRD, AUR, Enterprise AI, Palantir, CrowdStrike, ServiceNow, PayPal, CDNS, Zoom, Synopsys, like, they all in. They all in. And so I was telling somebody that one of the reasons that I think that NVIDIA is doing what they doing, the way he doing it, is so that he doesn't get looked at as a monopoly. That's why you invest with somebody like an Intel, and you invest with your competitors. So I think he learned from the people before him that became huge, Rockefellers and, you know, all these other people, when you realize if I invest in all of these other companies and similar companies to mine, I'm not a monopoly. Because I even invest in my competitors. I even share the game with my competitors. You know what I'm saying? So I think he playing a smart game the way he doing this. And it becomes amazing ways to bring in different revenue models and help other companies be locked in on his chip. Like even the investment with OpenAI. You know what I'm saying? And they about to try to do this $1 trillion. This is crazy. Let's go a little further, man. This is insane. Uber partners with NVIDIA. Uber and NVIDIA have announced a partnership to launch 100,000 robo-taxis by 2027. Now, this is interesting. Why is this interesting? Because this is showing you that, watch this. You remember, watch this, Jose. You remember when, and I'm not saying this, so how can I word this? So first of all, let me say this. I'm not saying nothing against nobody that drive Uber. Let me get that out the way first. All right. You remember when people was like, I don't want to work for nobody, and then they started getting Uber? They started, like, you remember that wave of people like, well, I'm about to do my own thing. I'm about to go drive Uber, da-da-da-da-da. Bet. Now Uber is kicking people out of job because now they're going robotic, robo-taxi. If I'm not mistaken, robo-taxi mean a robot driver, right? So not even that industry being affected. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying nothing against people that drive Uber. I'm just saying, now that not about to be a thing. Because I never want nobody to come in like, man, you trying to talk bad? No, I'm not. I'm saying I remember that era when, like, right before the pandemic and then going into the pandemic, it was, man, I'm Ubering. Uber. I was like, okay, I feel you. But now, what happens when now they got the robotic taxis by 2027? That's 100,000 robo-taxis by 2027. That's 100,000 Uber drivers gone. Waymo already sent them.
That thing is becoming like the new norm.
They saying 2027, but they probably be talking mid-2026.
Easily. Once you try it one time, you like, okay.
So I'm just saying, like, it's interesting. Let's go a little further. And that's why when the dude say AI is let me finish it. It says, the move positions NVIDIA at the center of the autonomous vehicle revolution as it also teams up with car makers like Stellantis, Lucid, and Mercedes-Benz to accelerate their shift towards self-driving fleets. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I won't be in a car that drives itself.
I mean, you think about it. I have heard a lot of people say, I said to myself, my boy said, bruh, after the first initial time though, he said, dawg, it's the best way to go.
Nah.
He was like, hey, it's safer.
How?
He felt safer, let's say that.
How is it safer?
I'm just saying, it's something new. You know what I'm saying? We gotta embrace the new.
I am, but you can't tell me that's safer.
Yeah, I'm just saying how he felt.
You can't tell me that's safer. But I will say, nah, dog.
My intrusive thoughts be when I see one drive by, I wanna
Bro, so what if you in
cross
the car,
over to their lane real quick?
In a car malfunction?
I mean,
lock the doors on you, just start doing 115.
I'm just saying.
It's a computer, bro.
They say that about when the Teslas came out. Hey, bro, we ain't doing this.
But I guess that ain't no different than somebody driving a car going to sleep.
Hey.
What if somebody hacked the Uber?
Oh, we already going there. We already
Bro,
getting
if
there.
they get, you know somebody gonna hack the Uber. We got 100 Ubers held hostage.
I mean, scammers gonna scam, hackers gonna hack.
Hack the Uber, bro. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't trust.
Mark my words, episode 167.
I'm cool with hiring a driver. Hey, bro, go and drive, man. I will not partake in taking a human being's job right there. I'm going to let humans cut the grass. I'm going to let humans drive the Uber XL. I will not partake in that. I will not partake in taking the Uber driver's job.
It's going to be episode 2. Like
bro, I got in this Uber
215.
with no...
Episode 215. This is a Jose, mark my words. 215 trap going to switch up like, hey, bro, I was wrong.
Nah.
That Waymo is way more easier than I thought.
Nah, I ain't doing it, dog. Let's go a little further. I'm not doing it. I don't trust it. Sam Altman brushes off $11.5 billion loss. Concerns about OpenAI's expenditures during a recent discussion with Microsoft CEO emphasizes accelerating revenue growth and reportedly telling skeptical investors, if you want to sell your shares, I'll find a buyer. SEC filings tied to Microsoft stake show OpenAI posted an $11.5 billion loss last quarter, nearly equaling its losses from the first half of the year. The company, which recently restructured into a public benefit corporation, is now said to be pursuing a $1 trillion IPO, twice its current valuation. Now, see, I'm going to be real with you. It's situations like this that I don't agree with. Right? Like, I've been saying this for a minute, dog. Like, I'm not going to lie. OpenAI is one of them companies, dog, that it ain't making no money, bro. It ain't making no money. Now, I can see how people mad at Palantir, but bro making money. OpenAI is not making no money, cuz. And I don't even know if they got a profitability date. So how you gonna justify? So here's the thing, though. You know why he want to go public right now? You know why, Jose?
Yeah,
need some more money.
Yeah.
You need some more money. And that's the thing about this company, dog. I understand that this company is fueling them, but it ain't it's burning. Listen to me, bro. 1 is burning through money, 2 is burning through energy. Every time you use ChatGPT, dog, it's money, it's energy being used. And they the culprit. I'm putting it out there. They the culprit. They the culprit, dog. They the culprit behind the end of the world. They the culprit. Because now, this AI thing is insane.
Bro, I was watching a video and they were talking about how they're getting money and investing from, say, Microsoft, Broadcom, and things of that nature, but they're taking that same money and giving it back and buying. Like, I'm like, oh, y'all just handing the money right back.
Yeah, the money ain't even going nowhere. It's just doing that. I started to break that down, but so many people done did it on Instagram and YouTube. I just was like, I ain't about to do it. But all they doing is making the money play Ring Around the Rosy. Ain't nobody really got the money. The money just doing it.
But
Watch
on
this.
the books, it looked like
The money just doing that to make the stocks go up.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So like, I think the Chat GPT and these other AI things are really good. But bro, they are draining the energy because we not gonna have the energy for it. And bro, like, and this is what I keep saying, where the money gonna come from? I don't know where the money gonna come from. Cause it's only what? $20 a month?
Yeah, they're gonna have to start doing ads or links or it's
So
gotta
now
be
they got
some
the
sort
other
of
thing
pay.
out that's like kind of like a social media platform.
Yeah.
Now they got all kind of stuff you can do. I still don't see a $1 trillion valuation though. Bernard, you a tech guy, bro. That's your thing. $1 trillion valuation, bro? Huh?
He said it could be a play with Atlas, the web browser.
That would.
If that takes over Google Chrome.
But I don't think it's gonna take over Google Chrome.
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I don't think, bro, that means Google gotta not do nothing.
No, but see, here's the thing. So I used it this morning.
You use what?
Atlas, the new
Atlas?
GPT, like web browser they got. I literally told it. So I wanted to test it out with the social media things. I said, all right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take some of these videos and just upload them. I just wanted to see what it was going to do. I want you to upload these, take this from the Google Drive. I put it in the ChatGPT. I told it what to do. It started doing it on my computer. I said, hold up. I jumped out of my chair scared because it started going into the drive, logging in, pulling this video, analyzing it, then going. I'm like, hold on a second. And it's a web browser.
But it was going into your computer.
Doing it for me.
That's crazy.
Google don't do that. I don't know.
But Gemini do that.
Okay.
That's
but
Google. That's a Google product.
It don't. It is not as good. Not.
I feel that. I feel that. It's not as good. I feel that. But in the landscape of competition, they gonna keep improving. In a competitive landscape, they gonna keep improving. So all I'm just saying is how do you get this $1 trillion?
Hey, look, I'm with you.
That's a hell of a valuation, bro. What the thing said, the $1 trillion IPO is twice its current valuation. Bro gonna take that money and use that. All right, let's go a little further.
Well, I did hear they getting into the music space.
They in everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's additional joints, so they're trying to take over what Suno's doing. So they're getting into the music business of creating AI-generated music.
So check this out. So here's what I want to know. So you telling me, oh my
Where
God.
they gotta pay the creators, but not the independent.
Bernard about to go crazy on this. So you telling me there's a generation that will be going to AI concerts from AI music artists.
Bruh, I was about to, for the
NBA
reunion,
Young
have an
Thug.
AI trap walking this whole drink. I talked to Dave. I said, Dave, I want an AI trap walking the whole back of this drink. He was like, you know what Dave said? Well, we can do it.
We can do it. We can do it, Trap. Dave, don't you do that shit.
Trap.
So you telling me?
They're doing that now. They're doing that on Fortnite. They actually got AI concerts. Like they have like concerts on Fortnite and the games and stuff. They're actually
No. I'm saying in a different way. I'm saying like, I saw that. Travis Scott did it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Travis Scott did it. It was crazy. The AI concert. I'm saying like going to a live concert with an AI artist.
Bro, we gotta think the things that sound crazy to us, bro, it's gonna be a new generation that's like 5, 6 years old right now. And when they get old enough, they'll be like, yeah, y'all was going to see real people?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you mean you actually paid money to go see real people? Can you think about that? Like, we got to think outside of the normalcy that we got going on. And you gonna be in the back sleep of the Waymo.
I say that I just shake the AI trap hand at the family. Nah, fam. That was me, fam.
Bro, you gonna be listening to AI music in the back, sleep in your Waymo. Watch.
Now, I did see that some actresses and actors were saying, like, they were doing like a petition not to let AI actors act in movies. Because they was like, nah, hell no.
I get it. Didn't we talk about that last episode about the petition that they had? 75,000 people signed it?
Yeah. People not having that, man. Let's go a little further, man. Damn.
Hey, what's up, Trap? I got a question for you. Thank you, Jose, for taking my question. So check this out, Trap. Since September 11th, I've been in this Palantir call at 185. The strike price is 185, and I bought it at a price of 1465. Right now, it surpassed my strike price, and I'm starting to make money off it. Right. So today is after hours. Palantir will report earnings. If it does gap up, which it probably will, would you immediately take profits right after? Because when it gap up, it got that them ores it gotta fill, so it gotta come back down to get the liquidity and go back up. But my end date is January 16th. So would you let it come back down and then go back up to see where it would be and take advantage of the Santa Claus rally? Thanks, Trap.
Hopefully you got out the call like I said yesterday.
Hey, you gotta love Miguel.
Hopefully this video was before I put get out of that call. If not, I ain't gonna whoop-de-doo, my dog. So hopefully you got out the call when I said that. And that was a different call from us. So what he did was, who's in the 195 call, the 200 call. So he went 185, got it for a little cheaper, got it out to January. So hopefully he closed that position when I said so yesterday. So I hope you did that, Miguel. So I think he was saying something about if it gapped up, would I get out? So we'll just use this in general. If it gapped up, would I get out after the gap up? Kind of depends. There's a few things that, if it gap up, did it gap up and then go into a double top? That's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? Did it gap up and hit all-time high? So there's a few different scenarios, because we're not going to use that Palantir scenario because hopefully you got out of that play yesterday when I said it. All right? So,
he probably did, because he actually, he be on it. He sent me that question yesterday.
Yeah, so hopefully he got out of it yesterday when I said get out of the call. Somebody said he deaf still in. Nah, Miguel not greedy. Miguel, he be like, oh, Trap said that? I'm getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, but if I'm in a play and it gaps up, it depends on what's this gapping up to. Is it gapping up to a double top? Is it gapping up to new all-time highs? Is it gapping up into a supply zone? Like, it depends on what it's gapping up into. So that's not really it's not a cookie cutter question. We would have to see what it's gapping up into. So, Miguel, I'm gonna say you got out of that yesterday. So, yeah. Let's go a little further. All right, so this was something we looked at that was real interesting, right? So it says, and this is kind of what we were talking about yesterday. We We was talking about this yesterday. Ooh, Palantir at 186. Ooh, woo. Might have to go live on the Patreon tomorrow. Might have to go live again. But we gonna be, so I'm gonna tell y'all something too. They got some economic data coming out. So we won't be, remember, Trump go to court in the morning for the tariffs, for the tariffs, if America gotta pay that money back. That hearing is in the morning. Right? That hearing is in the morning. Now, they're not gonna pass judgment, but something I said was, I was saying this in a group. So let me say this about my guy, Ab. He in a group, you hear me? So Ab feels like the sky's about to fall. All right, that's my guy. He feels like the sky's about to fall. He said we're gonna get a 10% pullback. Well, that ain't a pullback. That's a goddamn correction. So he said we getting a 10% correction. I disagree. I don't think we're gonna get 10%. Do I think we get a slight pullback? You know, but I will say this, and I said this to him in the group today. I said, the only way I see us getting 10% is if the courts say America gotta pay that money back. Cause we ain't got it.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
Now, I will say this. This week is a lot going on. So you had earnings from the big dogs. And then you got this. You had AMD. So let's think about this. Right. Before we get into this, we had AMD down $10. Now, here's why we got out the NVIDIA call. I said, hey, let's get out that NVIDIA call because, I said, let's get out of NVIDIA, let's get out of AVGO, because I think that, I said, let's get out of NVIDIA, let's get out of AVGO, because I think that I don't like how this setting up. I don't like how this setting up. So we got out of it. And we got out of App Loving. They got earnings tomorrow. App Loving is down $15 after hours. I said, let's get out of AVGO. Let's take them profits and go home. AVGO down $8 after hours. I said, hey, let's get out of NVIDIA too. NVIDIA down $4 after hours. I said, hey, let's take them Palantir profits. $16 today, $4 overnight. That's a total of $20. You just feel it. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. We still, Meta cooking us, GEV cooking us. But I'd rather have some bread to slide. Rather have some bread to slide. I said that to say, we was talking about Trump yesterday. We was talking about the market in the Patreon today. And I said, the market needs something. It's too much stuff going on right now, bro. Too much stuff going on right now. I said, Meta can, yep, somebody said, Roberto said, I talked about Meta filling that gap. I think I showed it to you today, Sean. I said, if it filled that gap, that's good, but we got to see, because the sentiment, you know, I said, but you got a few things that's going on right now. You got this shutdown going on. That's affecting the market. Because what happens is the market can disregard certain stuff until things start stockpiling. Like the market can disregard, all right, we ain't worrying about that, we ain't worrying about that, but wait, tariffs? Court? Okay. Okay, oh, and now we don't got no economic data. And we got some data coming out, I think Wednesday or Thursday about, yeah, you made it so quiet, you can hear a pin drop when you said that. Manufacturing data come up this week. That's a lot. People not getting SNAP benefits. That's a lot. All that's weighing on the market. And then you got to check the sentiment out of what's going to happen tomorrow, what the court's going to say. So the market can disregard only so much before it starts saying, wait, then you got Jerome Powell quietly just pumped $29 billion into the market the other day, and ain't nobody, that wasn't on nobody news right there. Right? The Federal Reserve just pumped $29.4 billion into the U.S. market system through overnight repos. This amount far surpasses even the peak of the dot-com bubble. $29 billion. You know what that means? That means the banks don't feel safe with putting money out, so what they did, they went and got some money from Jerome Powell, and he gave them that. That means there's a crack somewhere. It's a lot. It's a lot. Play that video right quick. Let's talk about the bond market.
You should study history, and history is the important thing you learn from. What you learn from history is the market goes down. It goes down a lot. The math is simple. There's been 93 years a century. This is easy to do. The market's had 50 declines of 10% or more. So 50 declines in 93 years. About once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. We call that a correction. That means that's a euphemism for losing a lot of money rapidly, but we call it a correction. And so 50 declines in 93 years, about once every 2 years, the market falls 10%. Of those 50 declines, 15 have been 25% or more. That's known as a bear market. We've had 15 declines in 93 years. So every 6 years, the market's going to have a 25% decline. That's all you need to know. You need to know the market's going to go down sometime. If you're not ready for that, you shouldn't own stocks. And it's good when it happens. If you like a stock at 14 and it goes to 6, that's great. You understand the company, you look at the balance sheet and they're doing fine, and you're hoping to get to 22 with it. 14 to 22 is terrific. 6 to 22 is exceptional. So you take advantage of these declines. They're going to happen. No one knows when they're going to happen. It would be people tell you about it after the fact that they predicted it, but they predicted it 53 times. And so you can take advantage of the volatility in the market if you understand what you own.
So let's think about it. This is why I said we got to play this game from a different perspective. All right, so let's go back a second and talk about repos. So a repo is basically a short-term loan between the Fed and the commercial bank. The bank gives the Fed a treasury securities for collateral. The Fed gives them cash, right? The next day, the bank buys those treasuries back, repaying the loan with a small interest rate. So when the Fed increases the repo operations, it's a signal that banks need cash. So we think about that $29 billion. That's a massive economic. That's a massive economic uplift that the Fed is giving the banks, right? It means that the banks are hungry for liquidity, y'all. and they're short on cash or collateral, or they're facing stress in the short-term markets. Now, we also know that the credit markets, they are not good right now. They're not good right now. So the Fed is stepping in. That suggests that stress behind the scenes and that necessarily, you know, they're trying to offset a crisis. But there's definitely a signal of it being fragile. So when the Fed does these type of repos, it's not like they are printing money, but there's actually a form of temporary liquidity. They're saying we see the tension in the system and we're adding oxygen in it before it turns into a fire. 2019, they did it before the pandemic. 2007, 2008, they did it. And then they did it in the early 2000s before the bubble burst on tech. Based on what we're saying, you know, I'm not one that say that the market is about to crash. What I'm saying is that there's an opportunity. Now, mind you, Peter said something that I think is really essential. He said you get a 10% correction probably once every 2 years. We had a 50% earlier. We dropped crazy in April. I don't think you get that back to back in the same year. But if they got to pay that money back, there it goes. Do you get a drawback? 100%. I think the market still ends double digits, end of the year. I think the S&P rallies to 7,000. Just my prediction. So far, the only thing I've really been wrong on this year is Netflix, 1,400. But I said Netflix for 1,000 and we got that. From my mark my words. Of course, I've lost trades. But Netflix to 1,400, and we're going to struggle to get that Meta at 800. We're going to struggle for that. We're going to struggle for that. That 15.9 billion struck us. We was right there. So I just feel like we just need to pay attention to that and see, you know what I'm saying? I think that this could be a great opportunity. Oh, Sprouts, for sure. Yeah, you can't let me, yeah, Sprouts Farmers Market, 100%. But I didn't put a price on that one. I'm talking about stuff I put a price on. Like I literally said this price. I ain't talking about that. I'm saying like a price. Like I said, January, I said we'll be at 6,800. I said Netflix will hit 1,000. I said, like I'm talking when I say a price. You know what I'm saying? We all be wrong on certain stuff. I'm just saying price. Like I put a price. I told Jose, mark my words on that. You know what I'm saying? So, for sure. Let's go a little further. If you don't understand bonds, you don't understand money. So I'll give you something else to tap into. Let's look at this bond video we got for y'all.
A bond is a contract with features that are set from the start. There's the maturity date, which refers to the length of the bond's life. This is generally 2 to 30 years. Bonds that mature between 2 and 10 years are also called notes. Then there's its face value, which is the amount the bond is worth when it's first created, and the amount it is guaranteed to pay on the maturity date. There's also the annual interest rate, otherwise known as the coupon rate. This is the fixed amount a bond pays each year up to its maturity date. So say an investor buys a new 10-year treasury note with a face value of $1,000 and a coupon or yield of 4%. Every year, the investor will receive $40, and on the 10th year, she'll get back the original $1,000 she paid for the bond. But here's the thing. As soon as she buys that bond, she can sell it to other investors. And when she does, certain features of the bond are subject to change. If the economy is doing well, interest rates may go up, which means new bonds will be issued at a higher yield, bringing down the value of existing bonds. Say a new batch of 10-year treasuries pay a yield of 5%. Suddenly, this bond is less attractive to investors, and the price has dropped. When the price goes down, the yield goes up. And when interest rates go down, this same dynamic happens in reverse. The inverse relationship between the price of a bond and its yield is key to understanding why investors care so much about bond yields.
So bonds are important. The reason why we got to understand bonds is because that's the thing. That's the thing that moves the market. And I want to end with this video on that Scott Besson said about wealth and where it's at. And I think this is a good one. And I'm ending with these videos. I've had these videos because I think on days like this, we need to have perspective and we need to know what it is. Because Scott is talking about where the wealth at, the 1%, the 85%, and the 90%. So let's put that out there so they can see that right quick.
The top 10% of Americans own 88% of equities, 88% of the stock market. The next 40% owns 12% of the stock market. The bottom 50 has debt. They have credit card bills, they rent their homes, they have auto loans, and we've got to give them some relief. That I was struck by the statistic from last year.
That's the message right there. Just as a bystander, I'm like, wow, okay.
All right. Or that, you know, I like the examples, and I was really struck by two different statistics last year. Summer of 2024, Americans took more European vacations than they had in history. Summer of 2024, more Americans were using food banks than they ever have in history. I went into two food banks that near my hometown to ask, what's the story? And they said, you know, it really takes, for a lot of people, it's a loss of dignity to walk in a food bank. Of course. But they were seeing something, a new phenomenon, that it wasn't their traditional clientele. It wasn't people who'd lost their homes. It wasn't people out on the street. These were working families who could no longer, you know, $100 at the grocery store, that basket of groceries every week, they were missing 5, 6, 7 things, and they were coming to the food bank to top up. So, you know, that's not a great America. Record European vacation, record food banks.
And that's why we doing Freedom Eats. That's why we doing Freedom Eats. Nate the Great asked me, man, Trap, where you see Netflix going, man, if we can get 11.35, I know they're gonna have a split, but 11.35, I think it pull up, it squeeze that, I think it may pull 11.35, Nate. I think it'll pull 11.35, maybe 11.40. If it pull 1,200, we doing good. Just in that way right now. I think this was a good episode, man. We were solid just with information. But I want y'all to know, man, like, you don't let days like in the market like this, yeah, you know. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you gotta be willing to, you gotta be able to navigate this. You gotta be able to shift and play this game and be, you know, you gotta trade, watch this, you gotta trade what the market is showing you. But you gotta be able to invest in the discounts when they present it to you. And so you gotta have two different mentalities, right? You can't get stuck on the market gonna crash. Let it crash. That's why you got cash. Watch this. Your cash may be losing value, but it's always gonna be able to buy some assets in that market here. You feel me? Your cash may lose some value, but you could buy some assets in that market. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin is down. I think it might be under 100,000 right now. That's an asset that's on sale. The S&P down. And you had something today, and this is why, you know, the comment didn't really bother me. You had the whole market down big, right? Man, that don't bother me, bro. Because we just played a long game. We played a long game, we played a short game. I mean, we played a long game, we played a midterm game. They go through cycles. You know, I trade at a heavy rate. I put a lot of money in the market. I believe in the market. I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here when it's all said and done. And I want you to have that same mentality, man. You here when it's all said and done. You here when everybody clock out. I told y'all this way in April. The same people that's criticize you gonna be the same people that gonna ask you how you do that. Until somebody has done what you've done or surpassed what you've done, man, go find some people that do that, man. So this week, man, again, we're gonna have a link. We're gonna make an Instagram post about this. We're gonna have a link for Jose working on that link. We got the link for that, for Freedom Eats. So that go to link for Freedom Eats is in the chat. You put it in the chat, Jose? All right, that go to link for Freedom Eats. If you want to donate, if you want to give, again, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I probably put like 20 bands in that, man. At least 10, 15 bands. I gave 10 bands to New Orleans this week for gas. Pastor Everett, that's my guy. The Collin family, that my girl Jade, her family, I think that's them that own McDonald's. It's somebody else and myself. You know, Pastor Everett hit me up. He said, say, Trap, man, you know, you want to give. He said, I want to do a gas thing and I'm going to do some food for families that's being affected by this. I say, bro, count me in for 10,000. I say, count me in for 10,000. I don't know, Jose, the link is for money?
Yes, the link is for money donation.
The link is for any type of money donation. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. Like, I'm not doing nothing with this bread, y'all. What we doing with the money? Buying food, or we giving it to the food bank people?
Buying the food.
So we're going to use the money to buy food, probably we'll go out and buy it?
All the perishables.
Yep, so we'll go out and buy the food, y'all.
Non-perishables, my bad.
Like, I'm not taking the money we partner with the Atlanta Food Bank. So we not taking the money, bro. Like, just so y'all know that. I know people like, oh, you gonna take the money, Trap? What the hell I look like taking out somebody's mouth? Not doing that, man. So we gonna give, and then you can drop your stuff off here. You know, we gonna have, what's the time, Jose? From 10 to 4?
Pull that flyer one more time.
That's it, from 10 to 4, from the 5th to the 22nd. November 5th to the 22nd. You know what I'm saying? So we want to try to, you know, lock in as much as we can, store as much as we can, give as much as we can. So that's what we doing. Like I said, I'm going to probably put 5 figures in that, man. You know what I'm saying? To help people out. I know stuff tough. I know stuff tough. It's going to be a hell of a Thanksgiving if we don't get this right. So, I only want to make this about nothing else, man. If you're a trapper, I'm going to just say this, man. If you're in a trapper community, bro, man, you need to be using, if you're a part of any part of the trapper community family, like, I need to see y'all donating something to this. Like, I ain't going to lie. Like, if you're a part of the trapper community and you not affected by this, I would appreciate if you could give to this, right? If you're a part of the trapper community, you affected by this, then, you know, I get it. But if you're a part of the trapper community and you not affected by this, man, help somebody out, man. Help somebody out. So anyway, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. Freedom Eats. Drop your stuff off at the Freedom Center. That's the address to the Freedom Center. 1887 Powder Springs Road, Southwest Marietta, Georgia, 30064. Non-perishable foods only. Non-perishable foods only. If you don't know what that is, chat GPT it right quick. You heard me? Non-perishable foods only, bro, so we can pack it up. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If I'm being real with you, I want us, so I'm gonna be real with y'all right quick. I be inspired when I see them churches and they be having an 18-wheelers full of stuff. I really want to do that. Now, I don't know if we can get it this time, but I really want to do that. I want to buy a Freedom Center 18-wheeler just for moments like this. You know what I'm saying? Put the Freedom Center on it. You know what I'm saying? We go, So, let's go, man. That's what we're going to do, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Come join the Patreon. Come join Trap Anonymous. But if you don't do nothing else, man, give a couple dollars to this so we can help some people, man. the best way that God can bless you is by giving back to people. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
you.